Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Hellraiser and PengWin on Whirlwind, the latter edition. In the top right side of Whirlwind, we have the green Zerg player. It is PengWin, representing Storm Gaming. And in the top left side of the map, we have the blue Protoss player. It is Hellraiser. Weird how different the font looks here when it's all lowercase, isn't it? Kind of weird. Hellraiser, PengWin looks so different, especially with all the all-caps Storm there. Anyway, enough focusing on fonts for the time being. It is a blue versus green today. I don't know if this was played as a custom game or what. Probably not on the ladder, as that's always red versus blue. But regardless, as it's extractor pool opening from PengWin, here to put some pressure on our Protoss player. And considering how hard it is to wall off this natural ramp, I am going to say that is a good decision out of our green Zerg representative today. Probe Scout from Hellraiser moving out, checks the bottom left, we'll check the bottom right, and then eventually realize through process of elimination that his opponent is in the top right and feel bad because he'd really like to scout this player and possibly block a hatchery if possible. But nope, PengWin is tossing down the 1 minute and 16-second hatch, and by 16 seconds I mean 20 seconds. 21 closer, 21 seconds, waiting for those minerals. Timed it a little bit off, but you know what? That'll be fine. This is a GM level game, as you can tell by the thumbnail, with the GM insignias on the corners. Hopefully that lets you see exactly what you're getting into before you watch a cast of mine. Previously, they were all the same thumbnail for GM, Masters, and Pro, and that can be pretty different. I know some of you guys are not really interested in the Pro stuff. Maybe you've seen that. Other players not interested in the GM Master stuff because you really just want to watch the Pros, and now all you can do, now you can recognize exactly what you get before you click on it, and that is what I try to do for my subscribers, is just make it easier for you to see what you want from Falcon Paladin every day of the week, because that's what I do. I cast every single day of this week. Roach Warren coming up for PengWin. Probe finally scouts, does see the hatchery, says thank goodness it's not a one-base play. Probably would have known if it was one-base play by now. Lynx would probably have reached his base, but look at that, a Zealot out of Hellraiser, and actually making adepts now, but that first Zealot holding that wall, an important job. Bob the Zealot, as LOTV likes to call him. Twilight Council coming up for Hellraiser. Twilight Council opening either for Archons, possibly for Blink Stalker. A lot of good options you have with that one there. Ling's knocking down their old unbuildable bricks outside of his own main base. Just give him something to do and avoid misclicks in the future. Adepts moving out for some harass. Again, what's good against Adepts is Speedlings and Queens. Just getting surrounds on them while Queens hammer them from a distance, not allowing them to kill your drones. It's kind of what you want. So are there enough drones here to stop these Adepts from killing workers is the question. The Queen alone, enough to rebuff them a little bit. Lynx moving up here, more Lings popping out, and there are 4 Lings. There's the cancel. 4 Lings and a Queen. Just enough to make 2 Adepts think twice about what they were planning on doing there. That is a proxy gateway. Is that a Dark Shrine? Dark Shrine! Yes, Hellraiser going Dark Shrine proxy here with another gateway, which just makes it hard for Lings to come in here and knock down this pylon or this Dark Shrine. Look at this positioning. This is beautiful with some Adepts holding that right side as well. So even if Lings find this, they will have a very difficult time shutting this thing down before it finishes, and that's really all Hellraiser cares about. Overlord does see the lack of a natural nexus here, so that should tell him something's up. This is either a one-basing Protoss, or he's got a proxy of some time going on, some ninja expand I'm not aware of. Notice he's sending Lings out now, sending Speedlings out every which way, trying to see what is up. Where are the shenanigans going on? Hellraiser is actually going to expand at this point, a little bit later than you normally see. But there's the Nexus. You have enough for the Nexus, Hellraiser. Go! Go for the Nexus. There it is. Bam, natural Nexus coming up here. Lings do scout this, but like I said, Adepts holding the line. Roaches, and might have been able to do it going back home, but Spore Crawlers in each mineral line. If you don't know what the Protoss player is doing, get spores. That is my message to you from Falcon Paladin. If you cannot see what is going on from that Protoss player, Spore Crawlers are the way to go. Lings, Roaches coming in. 4 more Roaches in production as well. Quite a big number of Adepts ringing on in here. That is a lot of Adepts, and right in that mineral line, trying to get us around with the Lings. Not very easy to do. Roaches getting shots off as well. 2 Queens here stabbing away at the same time. Adepts are trying to kill as many drones as possible, and they have killed 3. Make that 4 to this point. Psionic transferring into the main base where drones are forced to fight for their own lives and do fairly admirably at it, losing another one of their number though. 9 total adept kills for 9 drones. Maybe not entirely fair. First, no more adepts here. Are we going to get any Dark Templar at all? You made it. I guess the Dark Shrine got scouted. It's really hard to make it work if they are scouted. All right, roaches and adepts are trying to kill these adepts, or roaches and lings trying to kill these adepts before they can transfer, but only kill one. The other one does manage to escape. Roaches do have the ability to take care of that Dark Shrine. A DT is here trying to save his home. 2 DTs here trying to save their home, moving the wounded roaches away. DPS is weakening with every swipe of these DTs' blades, and they get the Dark Shrine, decide to head on back. Dark Templar are faster than roaches without Glear Reconstitution, so they're getting swipes off in these roaches, but mission complete for these roaches. An Oracle is on the way. Oh, do we have an Oracle name ready to go? We do. We do have an Oracle name here. We already used one in a previous cast. If you didn't see it, I don't know which one it was because I don't remember. But I used it. All right, so this Oracle's name is Alexandra. Where are you, Stargate? There you are. Born a Terran named Alex. He always felt like Protoss, but he was forced to join the Reaper program before he was able to get a ship and escape to Ire and become an adept. So she faked her own death during a previous Falcon Paladin video, stole a ship, and flew to Ire. After being really bad at being an adept, she tried to turn to other units, including Colossus and DT, but eventually found a talent in piloting oracles. Now she seeks revenge against the Terrans, who are total jerks to her, and Zerg, who are just a total pain. So going after these total pain Zerg units, Queens and Spore Crawlers stabbing away. The gateways, the proxy gates are going to be killing her as well. Alexandra has a tough job because, again, if you open up something that requires Spore Crawler, killing some larvae there, not a bad move by Alexander, but if you open up something that requires Spore Crawler from the Zerg as Protoss, you can't really follow up with something that is countered by Spore Crawler as well, right? If you open up Phoenix, you can't transition into DT very well. If you open up Oracle, you can't really transition into Phoenix that well. It's just anything that forces the Zerg player to get a ton of anti-air and detection. There are things that kind of get removed from your option list as Protoss. I'm not sure why Hellraiser is trying to do this. I mean, the Queens hit so hard. Getting a Revelation toss down is nice, but not exactly what the Oracle is made for. So DT here trying to scope out a potential third base location for PengWin. PengWin's taking a third base, however, just to the south of his natural. Queens chasing Alexandra away here, and we're settling into more of a macro style game, I would say. Dark Templar coming down trying to see if there is a third base he can kill, and there is. And there is one here. So how many swipes can he get off before the Zerg player shows up? He does have 2 Overseers. He does have Roaches. He does have Lings. And who's going to come and try to save it? Where's the Overseer? There it is. DT knows he's dead. I mean, just try to get as many swipes in as possible is what that was. Phoenix, here we go. Hellraiser following up with the Phoenix play, getting +1 attack on those dudes as well. It's just there are a lot of Queens on the ground. There are Spore Crawlers in every base at this point. Another DT comes in. Oh, and if the Phoenix can kill the Overseer, that's actually not a bad move here. Overseer does get taken down, and this third base might straight up die. Queen picked up as well by this Phoenix cloud. There are how many Phoenix? 9 Phoenix in the air right now. Queen dies, and you know what? That hatch is canceled. PengWin forced to lose out. Wow, Phoenix way more effective than they have any right to be. Again, not necessarily killing drones, which is difficult, but actually just participating in a huge way in taking down that third base. Killing Overlord, supply blocking PengWin at this point, 101 to 100. Actually does manage to kill some drones here, getting the gas, but that's about the extent of their abilities. Hydra's coming out for PengWin, but guess what? In small numbers, not as good. Not as good against this many Phoenix, as the Phoenix do extra damage versus light. Roaches sneaking their way in to this main base, though. How did they drop? Did they Burrow move? Do they have Burrow move? They do have Burrow move. PengWin got Burrow move when I was not paying attention. Holy shamoly. Additional Burrow roaches here in the natural base as well, but is there any observer on the field? No. Turnabout is fair play, says PengWin. If you're going to go DT on me, I'm going to go Burrow roach on you, and that can be just as annoying to deal with. Allowing PengWin to macro out back home, getting additional Hydras, getting +2 missile attack as well. Still no third base for PengWin. That's got to feel bad, especially because Hellraiser has a third base of his own right about now. But Lings, Hydras, and Ravagers seek to do something about that one. They do. Roaches get picked up and killed as they're in range of that photon cannon, and an observer comes out as well. Does finally have... No, he does not have an observer. I thought there was Why is he not making an observer? This is so weird. But Ling's on this third base. DT trying to save it. Just one DT and a couple adepts against a whole swarm of Lings and Hydras and Ravagers here. And you know what? Actually might have delayed enough. PengWin leaves off from trying to kill that third base to kill adepts, to try to kill other units that are bothering him. Overseer shows up. DT does get taken down. Are there enough Hydras to kill these Phoenix? Look at that lift, though. Not enough to lift all of them. It is enough to lift all of them. Wow. Phoenix taking those suckers down, but the third base explodes. The Lings get back to it. Kill this pylon as well. And hellraiser. Good job taking down those Hydras. Very proud of you on that one, but losing that third base has got to hurt. It's got to hurt here. Third base now being taken by PengWin to the left. Leftish of his main base and his natural base. Fairly close to home. Fairly easy to defend. His creep spread was kind of more favoring the third base location he was at previously, but but sometimes circumstances change. As it turns out, more Hydras, more and more Hydras coming in from PengWin saying, your Phoenix count does not scare me. You have 16 Phoenix. Holy shamoly. That might be the most Phoenix I have seen in a Protoss game ever. In a very long time, at the very least. Let's call it a very long time. All right, so Phoenix moving on out, trying to murder these Hydras. There are not enough Hydras to deal with that, that's for sure. Trying to come to the safety of the Spore Crawlers a little bit there. And no more Hydras do show up. So what are we looking at? We're looking at 16. Oh, 16 versus 16 here. And actually doing fairly well. The Hydra count is plummeting so quickly. Phoenix count not dropping nearly as fast, but still forced to retreat. Enough Hydras on the ground, enough Queens on the ground to make them get the heck on out of there. So that is 32 Hydras that have been killed and only 10 Phoenix thus far. Ling's trying to come down from a different angle to take out this third base, and they are here. But nope, Alexander's waiting with that pulsar beam to chase them away, shoo them away, as they know how quickly Lings will get murdered with a pulsar beam from an Oracle. Double Colossus being produced right now from Hellraiser. Does he still not have an Oracle? He does. He has an observer. He has an observer. Thank goodness for that. Because otherwise, that Burrow Roach thing might be more of a problem for him. Extended Thermal Lance coming in. And you know what? Colossus against Roach Hydra Ling seems like a pretty good decision. So third base is up for PengWin. It's 42 to 39 total harvesters. We've got 14 drones killed to 15 probes. So both players have given each other some nice big-time hits to their macro ability. And so far, who's going to come out on top is going to be the question of this cast. Boom, 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 boom. And actually playing a lot of The Witcher in my free time lately. Witcher 3, incredible game. I am a sucker for story, and there's so much story. Meanwhile, Phoenix flying into this third base, just killing overlords, killing drones. There's a single Spore Crawler here and a Queen. So what? Says Hellraiser. Do not care. Going to murder that. Third base, though, again, tit for tat here. Turnabout is fair play. And the third base is going to fall to a combined army of Roaches, Hydralisks, and Lings. Kaboo! There it goes. There it goes. Natural base here under attack as well by PengWin. Moving in with the Hydras and the Roaches and the Lings. There are Colossus. Is that enough to shove this away is the question of the day, and it is. PengWin is not like those Colossus. He's running. He's running for his life. So technically, PengWin's up 3 bases to 2, but he's down 46 to 30 harvesters, and his third base is not saturated a whit. Not the tiniest bit right now. Hellraiser, long distance mining from his third base that he has lost twice now. He's lost twice now. He has enough to build another one just now, but oh, PengWin burrows the Ling. Burrows the Ling at this third base location. Phoenix hanging out. There aren't that many of them right now, maybe 6 or so, but you know what? Enough to kill a couple more drones. Oh, losing one there. Losing one. Queens here at the natural, or the main base as well, going to shoo them away. So now does Hellraiser gonna expand is the question. He might try. Might very well try to expand, but again, there's that Burrow Ling there. He needs to take care of that first of all. Phoenix flying in, killing an Overlord, spooping creep. Kind of in the middle of nowhere, actually, which is a little weird. Hellraiser might consider taking a third base here instead, to the right of his natural. His army is able to protect it a little bit more easily. I think the third base he was trying to take, so possibly that's what we're looking at. Creep is receding very slowly, but faster than it used to, and there it is. There's the receding. What is the noun form of to recede? The recidation. Recidation. I don't know. I don't know what is. Oh, transferring drones getting murdered by these Colossus and Adepts. And Sentries, third base under assault. PengWin gonna lose this thing again, just going for the base trade, saying you can have one of my bases, I will kill one of yours. How does that sound today? The answer is fine, says hellraiser. You take it. Your third base is gone. You are stuck on 2 bases, trying to ninja expand out at the bottom here, but PengWin checks for the third base location of where it was previously for hellraiser. It's not there anymore. All these probes in so much trouble, but the recall home by hellraiser. Surprise! 4 Colossus at the natural. PengWin, get out. Run for your life. Get out of there as fast as you possibly can. Natural base is saved again by a recall for the second time. Second time in this game. Third base might actually complete for hellraiser, which is kind of a big deal for him. Force fields catching a couple roaches there as they try to retreat and get burned down by these Colossus. So yeah, pretty darn close game so far. This is 29 to 24 harvesters. Hellraiser's up that way. So many dead workers. 38 dead drones and 34 dead probes in this ZVP. Just nuts. Absolutely nutso. All right, Colossus count 4, pretty healthy, especially... Nope, they don't have +1 upgrades. I thought they did. They do not. Sentry zone like a watchtower. Just taken for a second there by hellraiser, but then he abandons it entirely. Does he not have an observer with this army? Are you kidding me? I mean, he does. It's trailing, right? It's trailing behind. So, hey, where are these drones going, says hellraiser. Do you have a sneaky base down there? Ah, Burrow Roach at the third base of hellraiser. Oh, no. Hellraiser going to lose this again. He's on third base for the 3rd or 4th time in this game. My heart goes out to him. Meanwhile, the Hydra is moving up to the natural base, going to attack there. Are we base racing it? We base racing it. Hellraiser is considering base racing it. And you know what? I can't say that I blame him on this one. He has a lot of DPS in these Colossus and Adepts. If he had some Immortals, I'd feel better about it, but whatever. Spore Crawler is trying to kill these Colossus by itself, but ends up getting killed before it really accomplishes that goal. Hydras and Roaches just going to town on this natural, taking out every single probe, going after robotics facilities and robotics bays, pylons. The Nexus ends up falling there as well, but the natural base for PengWin is equally as dead at this point in time. So it's a base race. We are absolutely going for the base race, ladies and gents. Burrowed drones here at the third base for PengWin, getting murdered out of the sky, and bam, Nexus thrown down in its location by hellraiser. He is taking on the Hydralisk Den and the Infestation Pit here at the natural base, trying to kill these Overlords as well to supply block PengWin, and might get it if he kills all of these Overlords. He does! He gets 94 out of 92 supply for PengWin, 76 out of 32 available supply for hellraiser. He is in a lot of trouble here. Overlord actually does manage to survive. One of them manages to survive the Holocaust. Main base by PengWin is just, it's utterly undefended. There's a queen here. The queen might actually kill the mothership core if they don't get her first, and they do, because there's a lot of Colossus here, and that is generally how that works. So main base by PengWin is, or by hellraiser, is gone. Absolutely gone at this point. Base by PengWin is scouted down below, but he needs to protect his Nexus at the same time. So he has essentially left PengWin's main base alone. He's coming to regroup at his Nexus again at PengWin's third base location to the left of PengWin's main. And here comes PengWin. He's going to come try to kill it first, but that is a lot of Colossus. Losing a Hydra before he retreats from that bad location that he was in. And maybe heading down to defend his third base as well. And you know what? Hellraiser has the ability to come down here and threaten this base and then recall home if something bad happens. So you know what? Be aggressive. Be aggressive, Hellraiser. That's my recommendation to you right now. Trying to kill creep tumors, doing a pretty good job of it as they don't have many HP. Kills the creep tumors, recedes the creep, and then moves on back down. Adept here going to town on this third base. Try to kill some drones, but again, the Burrow is available. Adept trying to kill Hatchery all by her lonesome. Not going to happen. Roaches moving up for PengWin, sneaking up. Oh, he's got his units divided. His Hydras in control group 2, probably. Hydras in 1, Roaches in 2. And does he have infestors? Wait. Are you kidding? Where is our infestors? He has 6 infestors. Where? Oh, when did he make 6 infestors? Well, there they are. That might be enough to turn this tide. If he does he have neural parasite? He does not. Maybe some infested Terrans would turn the battle. Here, there's the hallucinated Stalkers tapped out by Hellraiser. He's going for it. He is going for it, using the hallucinated stalkers as meat shields. There are overseers, so PengWin knows these are hallucinations, but at the same time, great force fields. These hiders are in a ton of trouble right now. Huge amounts of trouble. This third base is going to fall, but guess what? Roaches are here at the main base of Hellraiser as well. They need to kill this hatchery very, very quickly and then recall home as fast as they possibly can. No. Get the shot off. Get the shot off. There it is. There's the recall, and is there enough? Is there enough? There's the recall. Roaches and infestors are here. Fungal growth being tossed down as well. Roaches right on top of these Colossus, though not where they want to be. If you are a Colossus, are there enough hallucinated Colossus here as well? Adepts, sentries trying to kill stuff, and they do. Does manage to save it. Does manage to save the Nexus. Holy crap. Nice job, Infested. Terrans tossed out, but guess what? Colossus pretty good against those. Killing them even before they can get shots off. Actually, did that just take down a Colossus? Did that fungal take down a Colossus? These chain fungals by PengWin's Infestors are actually kind of insane right now. Phoenix trying to lift Infestors and murder them. But that's it. Good game, well played out of Hellraiser. Hellraiser is defeated, and PengWin is victorious. I did not see that coming. I thought Hellraiser's clutch kill of PengWin's base and then the recall home to save his own Nexus was a big... That was enough, right? That was enough to get the win, but nope. No, unfortunately, it turns out that was not the case. The Zerg player gets the win. Again, I think really these Infestors turned the tide. I mean, the Hiders weren't going to do anything against those Colossus. Just wasn't going to happen. Not even the tiniest of bits, but the ability to cast while burrowed, getting those chain fungals off, did enough damage to actually kill a Colossus or two. Which I don't think I'm ever going to say that again. Fungal growth, killing off Colossus, like... That's dumb. That is just dumb. But look at that. Look at that. Resources lost. 3 Colossus killed in that game. Is that one a hallucination? It is. Did they kill 3? I guess the Roaches right on top of the Colossus might have killed 1 as well, or possibly 2. But anyway, 28 Roaches killed, 43 Hydras, down 27 Adepts, 18 Phoenix. A lot of buildings for both players. Pretty close game. But PengWin comes out on top in this one. So that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.